As you can see, I had really thick curly hair. Most of the time, when other kids saw my hair, they were filled with this immense curiosity. Many people would come up to me and touch my hair, just to see what it felt like. At times, I was really uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say a thing out of fear. But what got to me the most was certain comments on my hair. "You look like you escaped from a mental hospital," were one of the most common ones I received every time I let down my hair. They said it in this joking manner, so my mouth would twitch into this awkward smile to make it seem like I understood where they were coming from when I really didn't. Some kids would even stick stationery into my hair, thinking it would be funny. While they laughed, I tried to laugh along as well, because at the time, it seemed like it was supposed to be just a harmless joke. Everyone was laughing, so it must be just a joke, right? It was probably funny, to them at least. Anyway, what's funny to you today? Is it memes, dad jokes, puns? I know I always laugh at puns, no matter how silly they may sound. Or is what you laugh at slander or trolling people? I'm sure today's slander and hater culture on the internet is no stranger to anyone who uses the internet in this day and age. Go into any social media app and click on a popular post. Look at the top comments. Do you notice that sometimes the most liked funny or witty comment is actually a hateful one? If you don't think so, I want you to think about it more deeply. Is it really funny? Or is it disrespect, wrapped in the shiny, glittery gift wrapping of being funny? What it looks like to me is, today, our humor is going towards hating. Walk into any school during recess or at the bus stop when everyone's waiting to go home. You are almost certain to find a group of people making fun of someone behind their back. Sometimes it's a friend, a classmate, a colleague, someone who their friends told them about, someone who their friend's other friend told them about, a random person who they decided was ugly, literally anyone. Some people have picked up hating as a pastime even. Some people have become self-proclaimed haters even. Why? Because it's fun. It's funny. In fact, the phrase "to make fun of someone" has the word "fun" in it. To understand how hatred becomes involved in our humor, let's look at how humor comes about. Firstly, culture and background. Different cultures and communities find humor in their shared experiences, norms, and values. For example, someone from a community that like to joke more about social issues or politics may find jokes surrounding those topics more funny. However, this humor can evolve into ridicule, as it may end up dismissing real people and real issues they face just for the sake of amusement and a few laughs. What starts off as lighthearted commentary can eventually evolve into a platform for discrimination. Secondly, personal experiences. Our lives shape our sense of humor. Who we grow up with, what we grow up with, what we are told as we grow up, often influence what we find funny. For example, if you grew up with siblings that like to pull pranks on you, you're more likely to find pulling pranks humorous as well. However, you may also find yourself having difficulties understanding the concept of boundaries, especially when it comes to people outside your family. You may end up hurting other people just for the sake of your own amusement. Thirdly, media and technology. The internet has amplified certain types of humor. Memes, GIFs, and viral videos often rely on shared and exaggerated stereotypes. While some can be harmless, others perpetuate mockery and ridicule and normalize this behavior as being funny. With how widespread and prevalent the internet is in today's age, there is a huge audience that is consuming this hateful humor. This audience has become desensitized to hateful humor, and this makes it easier for hateful content to be consumed, shared, and even celebrated. Now, hatred has always been around. Look into the past and see the numerous genocides and wars that have happened on the basis of hatred and prejudice. Only thing now is that hatred has become more diluted, thanks to the remarkable efforts of many brave warriors who have fought for the rights of many marginalized groups. However, instead of being depleted, I'm sad to say that the opposite is happening to hatred today. Today, hatred is blowing out of proportion. Hatred has become diluted to the point it's become digestible for us. What I mean by that is, we have become accustomed to living with it. It has become normalized. In fact, it has become comfortable. We are taking this hatred that's around us and using it to entertain ourselves. We have begun bullying in the name of humor. Now, the beautiful thing about human society is the sheer power we have to create and the sheer power we have to make change. Who made cultures? Who made traditions? Music, dance, art, all of these things that form the personality of human society were made by none other than humans themselves. Similarly, humor was also created by us. Here's the thing. Humor itself is not the villain. It is a vital part of human connection. It is how we forge new bonds and strengthen our existing bonds. What started off as something that gave free positivity, why have we allowed it to turn into something that has a cost? The cost being someone else's mental health. Did you know that victims of hateful humor, such as bullying, are 4 times more likely to experience mental health issues, such as anxiety and depression? Children who are victims of hateful humor are also more likely to suffer from a diminished sense of empathy, brought about by disrupted brain development, particularly in areas associated with social behavior and emotional regulation. What's worse, bystanders of hateful humor become more encouraged to adopt these harmful behaviors, fostering a society where harmful behaviors are normalized. Now, I want you to pause and reflect. Was there ever a time that you found a slander funny? Ask yourself, why did you find that funny? Was it because you enjoyed seeing that person, community, or interest being put down? Was it because everyone else was also laughing at it? When someone was hurt because a remark was just a joke, whose side did you take? Now, I'll tell you something. Don't be scared of reflecting. Reflection is an important thing that every human must do. It is how we appreciate our positive experiences and acknowledge our shortcomings. It is the key to improvement. If you have this experience I mentioned, I want you to acknowledge it in your mind. It is no doubt an issue for many of us here today. So, how can we overcome this problem of hatred that has become the new humor? The answer is by putting boundaries. By putting boundaries on what we laugh at, we can eliminate the problem of causing unnecessary harm just for the sake of a few laughs. But how do we put in place these boundaries? Remember what I said earlier about how humans have created everything that's led to the personality of human society? Do not underestimate the sheer power you have to cause a trend, to cause change. I urge everyone here today to step out of their comfort zone to cause this change. The change towards a more supportive and inclusive society. The steps towards this change can be as simple as saying, hey, why did you find that funny? That was kind of mean, you know. Or even, can we have a more lighthearted conversation instead? Or even as simple as choosing not to laugh at hateful humor. I believe that small steps can lead to great change. Let us begin to build a legacy of supportiveness and anti-bullying, so that when generations to come, our successors view historical artifacts of us, especially our digital footprint, they think to themselves, wow, our ancestors had a society that valued kindness and empathy. We have to be like them. Remember, to you it costs $0 to be kind and $0 to be mean. But to others, your actions can cause a world of difference that no money can buy. Thank you.